Good morning. It is Monday. I'm still quite tired. I slept good though, and my period started this morning and it is here with a vengeance. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to give it everything I've got. Shoulders and chest. Let's go.
Few moments later.
Definitely have to drop everything like that when we went today. I'm starting on my normal weight just to show you how humbling this one is. Well, that session was truly humbling, but I filmed it anyway because they ain't all good, and it just goes to show what a weekend off plan with shit sleep, drinking and everything like that actually does for me. I had to drop everything by about 10 kilos, but I exhausted myself, and that's all that matters. So it's 10:30. I've got a dentist appointment at 5 to 12 with the orthodontist. So I didn't go into this because at the time I was very upset. So I've been seeking a little bit of help with my teeth. I started to get a gap here. I have problem teeth. They may look very, very straight, great, they're very white, whatever, but there are a lot of problems with my teeth, and I've got one baby tooth, I've got a problem with my jaw. There's lots of different things going on in here which make them very, very complicated. And I should have had braces when I was a kid, which I didn't, and that was on recommendation from my dentist at the time. He said, like, visually you don't need them, but actually what it's causing is a lot of bone loss in the front of my face, which I have talked about. I can't remember in how much detail, but basically I had a orthodontist appointment a few weeks ago, and basically they've said it's more than likely I'll have to have 2 teeth removed, and I'll have to have train tracks. And I don't particularly consider myself a really, really overly vain person, but I was like, I'm getting married next year. I don't really want train tracks, even if they're not particularly that visible. I can get them with like a ceramic white plating. God, my tan is so bad from the weekend. Anyway, but yeah, so the option that he gave me was train tracks, and I said, well, can we try Invisalign? Could it work with Invisalign? So today I'm going back to see whether that is actually possible. Now, if Invisalign is possible, I'll fucking start it like that, not a problem. If it can't be done, I've got a big decision to make, and I kind of want to ask him today, if Invisalign is not an option, you know, could I have the train tracks off for the wedding? Is that something that we can do? If I have these teeth removed, which by the way will be this one and this one, great. If I have those teeth removed, how fucking quickly, like, will they start moving? Because I can't have a massive fucking gap at the front of my mouth on my wedding day. I just can't. And I don't particularly want the train tracks on either. But I'm also very conscious of the fact that this is bone loss. It's not like a particularly a vanity thing. I'm quite concerned about that, and I obviously want to start this process as soon as possible to prevent any more. So I've gotten over the kind of emotional attachment to that now, because I couldn't talk about it at the time. But that is one of the things I'm doing today. We've also got a wedding wine tasting later. So not something I particularly want to do after the weekend, but we're both free. Andy's getting home from his weekend away at about midday. So it was a good time to actually get us in to do that at a reasonable time. So we've got that around 4:30 or something like that. So that is the day, and in between time I'm going to get my steps in. I've done my cardio. It was cardio, but not all sessions are going to be good sessions, so I just wanted to show that and film it anyway, because everybody needs to see one of those, and we all like a little bit of honesty over here. Hello and welcome to Tuesday. That session was tough. However, the energy wasn't there, but the strength was there. So a remarkable improvement on yesterday, which I can only be pleased with. Cardio was so intense that my eyelashes are hanging off and need to be redone. I just realised I haven't picked up the camera since yesterday. So orthodontist appointment was an emotional one afterwards. I'm not afraid to admit, I went in there with the kind of acceptance that I would have to have train track braces, and that there may be a way that I could have them taken off for the wedding at an extra cost. My orthodontist has he's completely gone beyond my expectations and thinks he can achieve what we need to with not Invisalign, but another kind of clear aligner, which will have some elastics, which will have some kind of fixed bits to it on the back of my teeth, and I will have to have one extraction, but it's not one of the front ones anymore, and so I will have a gap for a little while. But I mean, you don't really see it when I'm talking, and you don't see it when I smile, so I'm just beyond amazed by that. I was quite emotional yesterday having heard that, because I didn't expect it at all. So I've started that journey now. I've paid the deposit. I need to pay the other half later when I have my fitting. I've got to have the extraction first with a week in between, which will be absolutely fucking terrifying. I just want to be knocked out, but I don't think that's an option. It's a baby tooth as well, which is just mental. I still got one baby tooth. There was no tooth underneath it, so it hasn't loosened. I know that's a really normal thing for people when they have braces to have extractions, but so that will be probably happening in the next 4 weeks. So yeah, I need to get my head around that a little bit. But then we had our wine tasting. We've chosen our wedding wines and paid for those, so that's all done. That's one thing. It feels good to actually have something completely boxed off, because so much of the stuff that we've got sorted for the wedding at the moment is like a deposit, or it's like half done and we need to wait to do the rest of it. So it's nice to have something just completely done. But yeah, a good afternoon yesterday, just spending time with Andy after I haven't seen him all weekend. He was also away, so I just didn't really want to film anything, and I just wanted to spend time with him. So yeah, into Tuesday. Today has actually been mental. Like, why have I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meetings in for myself? Please tell me. Anyway, lots of back and forth with the orthodontist and my dentist today. I'm having the implant for my braces fitted tomorrow. Don't know how I feel about that. It's a little kind of screw that goes in between the roots of my teeth. If I think about it too much, I feel sick, so not going to dwell on that too much. But just waiting on my dentist to confirm whether they can do the extraction before the 14th of July. And I've got my fitting for my aligners on the 21st at the moment, all being well, which is mental. But yeah, I'm starving, I need to eat, I've got a meeting in half an hour, which has probably been the biggest break that I've had between meetings all day. Yeah, today has been a lot, like a lot. I've been backwards and forwards with dentist, orthodontist, and things are happening a lot quicker than I'd anticipated and that I'm like mentally ready for. And I know that sounds silly, but tomorrow I'm having my implant fitted to anchor any pulling from the elastics. So it's called a temporary anchor device, a TAD, and it'll pull on my front teeth when my aligners are in to straighten them. So I'm not sure whether I'm having elastics on. I think I'm just having the one on the bottom row because that's where we need to broaden. And yeah, and my extraction is now happening on Friday. So I'm going to be missing this tooth, I think. This tooth. Or is it this one? Oh, it's this one. For 3 weeks before potentially, all being well and my aligners have arrived, starting all of my dental journey for the next 3 years on the 21st of July. I'm doing something tomorrow night, which I haven't talked about on here, but I'm trying to take a little bit of time for myself and do things that I want to do. And I've got a band practice tomorrow night. Our band started in lockdown, fizzled out a little bit in 2021 when the lockdowns came back in. So I sing. Yeah, I've always sung, been in bands, been on tours, been a wedding singer and done like my own little thing on my own a long time ago. And yeah, we're getting things back up and running, I think. I'm a little bit anxious about it because obviously there's a lot of things going on in my life that I need to make more time for, like my coursework and things like that. But I just want to do a little something for me. And I'm going to try it out and see whether it's something that I think I can commit to. Even if it's a practice every other week. I think that's something that I could commit to. And then if it comes to actually playing like little gigs and stuff and little pub gigs, then maybe that's something that might bring a little bit of money in and just bring me a little bit of joy on a weekend when we've got one or something like that. But yeah, not something I've talked about on here before, but I'll bring you with me if it feels good. Exciting. But I'm so close to finishing my level 3. Anytime I do anything other than that, I feel quite guilty. So I need to just nip that in the bud over the next couple of weeks, I think, and get it done, get it gone, and then start looking at launching. Dream setup.
Yes, is Miss Gilmore there?
Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, the day of lots of fun things. I've just read my pre-treatment for today for my jaw thing. I've just read all the details, like mini implant info, mini implant aftercare of my procedure today. And just reading that something's going to be drilled into your fucking face is just not a bit of me. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm pretty sure kids have to go through this because, you know, they also get braces. So it'll be fine. So I thought I might do a full day of eating today because why the fuck not? It's training day, day 1, Cals. So I'm just having 40 grams of oats. That's nice. And 30 grams of whey with a little bit of that chalky sauce. Good job most of my food is like baby food anyway. Pasta's soft. Chicken's soft. Nothing is actually that bad, is it? Right. Get on with this. Get on with my meetings for the day. Next one is in 26 minutes. Andy had to go away last minute last night to Chester. And his job is just so fucking stressful right now. It's so stressful. I'm supposed to be at my coach's baby shower on Sunday, but I've just had to put a bullet in it because we haven't got the quality time. So I've just booked a little mini spa day for Sunday with a couple of Swedish back massages because I think we need them and I think he'll really appreciate it. And what is quality time if you are not half naked in public being rubbed down? So looking forward to that. Wish it didn't feel like we need it, but we do need it. So it is what it is. It's 10 to 11. I've just made my bagel thin, 15 grams of jam. And now, because I'm at home, I've just made my protein shake with 30 grams of whey, topped it up a little bit with water and added ice. And blended it. And that tastes like a McDonald's milkshake. You're welcome. It's really fluffy, really cold, really tasty. I probably could have done with a little bit less water, but whatever. Another meeting in 12 minutes. So I'm just going to get this in and carry on doing my job. Going in for another little snacky snack. I've got a bagel thin with 10 grams of peanut butter, 10 grams of jam, and 2 chalky rice cakes for the little bit of chalky fix. 120 grams chicken, 125 grams sauce, 100 grams pasta, 100 gram mixed veg going in before the dentist so that I have a bit more energy and don't like pass out or throw up. Then I'm gonna go and brush my teeth and get that fuck out of here. And probably do some like meditative breathing or something in the car, because I would rather stick my head in an oven than have this done today. Laughing or we'll cry, you know? Oh, fuck. My mouth is so numb. Let's have a look. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, fuck. Oh my God, it's drilled. You can't even see it. That was horrendous. Yeah. Can you see? Ah. Ow. I'm not going to lie to you. Cried all the way through it. Not because it was like painful or anything like that, but oh my God, my fucking face. My face. Not because it was painful, but I was just so aware of what they were doing, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and as it gets tighter there's so much pressure in your fucking mouth. Ugh. I'm back home. I'm just getting on with some work. I went to Tesco to try and find some cocoa malt. The queue was too long. I gave up. So we'll just struggle through. It's going to be a long week, isn't it? Can't wait to see how band practice turns out. Or maybe I'll just be more of a supportive role than an actual singing role. We'll see. It is 5:15. I'm still working. My cheek and everything is still really numb, but the pain is starting to come through, which is kind of annoying. I've just made another meal. I don't know how this is going to go, but it's 120 grams of chicken, 120 grams of pasta, 125 grams of tomato sauce, and 100 grams of mixed veg. This is going to be slow, isn't it? Great. Oh, do you know what's annoying? Where it is in my mouth, I keep thinking I've got something stuck in my tooth and I keep licking it to move it out, and it's not. It's a fucking, like, screw. Anyway, I'll get used to it. Got a couple more thousand steps to do before I go off for the evening. I can't see this band practice. Oh my God, it's spat everywhere. Gross. I can't see this band practice being productive in the slightest, so can't wait. It's still only 10 to 6, but I'm eating this next meal now because I figure if I am going to make it to band practice, I don't want to be carting meals with me. And I also want to be able to clean my teeth before I go and just keep this really clean. This is 170 grams of lean mince, 40 grams of low-fat cheese, and 100 grams of veg, which I have just chucked in the same bowl that I just ate the chicken out of because I can't be arsed. And the very last one, the chocky pud, going in the car with 8 minutes to spare before band practice. My mouth is just starting to come back, so that is good news. Maybe this might be productive after all. When I say my heart just fell out my arse, I truly mean it. She does not live there. Anyway, it's Thursday. Let's go and train back. Hello. It's really late in the day. I'm actually leaving work. That is how much time I've had today. On my lunch break today, I got involved with the LGBTQ network and was helping out with them with like an event that they were doing, and just like sitting around and doing facts and snacks and showing them some support. And that is what I've done today. I've done that and I've done my job. I've done nothing else. I trained this morning. Whoa. It was mega. Like, my strength is right back up now. Touching weights I've never touched before, training shoulders and back. Like, I'm so impressed with it. So impressed with it. But yeah, I've done my cardio. So now I'm actually just going home. Weird. I've got a few more steps to do. I think it's about 3,000, 2,000. Yeah, 3,000 steps to do. And then that'll be me done for that. That's only 20 minutes work. Love that for me. Might get some more work done. Good morning. I just had the best leg session. But I had to take a spare set of car keys this morning because I couldn't find mine. And my car keys have my house key on it. So, welcome to Friday. This is how we're starting it. I'd say it can only get better, but then I've got to have my tooth pulled out later. So, into the whole sort of spectrum of biological threats. There's something in there about for those of you who have to worry about the detail of avian influenza, just to make you aware really, that the mitigation strategy that was published on gov.uk last year has been updated to kind of reflect the latest science. Just a couple more things to say. Emergency alerts. Yeah, we had the test back in April. Some of you got the kind of ping or whatever the noise was. Some of you didn't. Loads of work being done to follow up on that. But, you know, the pilot continues, and a lot of that work's being done via EA. And I think the pilot sort of time scale, it is to be approved, but I think it will be extended more into the winter to allow for more testing of that. But in parallel to that, colleagues in Cabinet Office and DLUC are engaging with stakeholders about opportunities for further testing for incidents relating to wildfires, but also coma and nuclear sites. So still a fair bit of work to do on that, but I think the big kind of milestone of getting a national test done is finally done. And as I say, plenty of learning on that. Hello. Oh, I wonder where I am. Outside the fucking dentist again. So, say goodbye. I think this one. Oh, I'm really nervous. It's just been a hot minute since I've had any teeth out. I don't feel like massively scared, but my body reaction is mental, like to the stress. My stomach is going mental. It's weird, isn't it? Your mental state can be absolutely fine, but your body is telling you that you are stressed. Yeah, just something to think about, which is why I thought I'd tell you that I'd been fighting all morning, because I find it interesting that your body can react even when you're telling yourself that you're not stressed out. So I will probably look more like this me when I come out. It's done. Mum, this is great. I've got a pack in my mouth, but it's out. So I'm gonna go home and maybe change my pack and get on with my day. That was great. It only took 3.5 minutes. I know that because I listened to a podcast to try and distract me. Awful. Fuck's sake. I've just realised how big the gap is in my mouth, and just had a bit of a cry on the phone to my dad. But do you know what? I've had my 5 minutes of feeling sorry for myself. I always think with stuff like this, there's people that don't have access to a dentist. There's people that you know, foregoing food at the moment to pay their mortgage or their rent. I just think people have got bigger problems. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to give this to my mum and dad tomorrow when I see them. I'm going to say, you know, what's the inflation on this? Because the going rate for the tooth fairy when I last lost a tooth was, I probably have got a couple of quid for that. So I reckon I'm in for 3. I'll do some Googling. But, yeah, you can actually see my bone. I wouldn't consider myself a particularly vain person, but I didn't realise how big that gap was going to be, and it did shock me and upset me a bit. But this is one of the things I talk about quite a lot. It's just this little bit of sacrifice to make everything better. A little bit of ugly. You know, that's how I look. Hi. There's large. I tried your own. Anyway, that's enough of that. I can't feel half my fucking face. It's so bad. She got me good. I'm just gonna keep packing that for a bit. Good week. I'm trying to eat and drink whilst my anaesthetic is still going on. It's already starting to wear off. And it feels like dog shit. I've got a lot of steps to do. This is gonna be painful, I think. The things we do.
Have you scratched that bite on your bum?
Pardon?
Have you scratched that bite on your bum?
No, why?
You have?
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, mate. Right, that's it. Andy, stop it.
Are you recording?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You knew I was. I said, don't be weird or say anything or fart. And you've just done all 3. Good morning. I am. Oh wow, that is something. It's Saturday. I've done my check-in. Weight slightly down, which to be honest, after the weekend, after my period, and after the stress of this week, I'm kind of pleased with. We're at 78.15, so only 0.2 kilos down. I mean, I'm okay with it. Alright. We've just dropped Andy off at his gym so that he can train. It's my rest day. I'm just at my gym now to get some steps in. Feeling pretty rough. It's very sore. But in true bodybuilder style, we move. Get on with it. All my food is pretty soft, so what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm all right with that. Hopefully next week will come a bigger drop. We're not changing anything. Body is still responding, so that's good after everything that I've thrown at it this week. I wasn't expecting much movement at all, so to still get a little drop is all right. Let's go and watch some Gilmore Girls on the treadmill. Leisurely Saturday. How's your plunge going?
Freezing.
Cool. Sounds good for you. We are back from the spa. We did actually have a massage as well, but obviously I didn't film that. Andy's watching the F1. I'm cooking chicken. And yeah, I'm not really in the mood to do a whole lot now, other than get ready for another week. Maybe nap. Sounds good.